Last season, the Nuggets had a playoff run that was nothing short of dominant. They only played one Game 6, never had to face a Game 7, and lost just once in the last 2 rounds on their way to the championship. Putting this performance into historical context, since the playoffs expanded to 4 rounds in 1984, only 7 other championship cores have won 80% of their postseason games. We're talking legendary teams like Bird's Celtics, Magic's Lakers, Jordan's Bulls, and Curry's Warriors. Right now, Nikola Jokic looks like the best player in the world and is the front runner to grab his 3rd regular season MVP. Jamal Murray has shown he is very well back into playoff form. With their playoff experience and dominance in the past years, is there anyone that can actually beat one of the best performing duos in NBA history and its insane supporting cast? The Denver Nuggets are 24-10 since the All-Star break, and they have been outscoring teams by over 11 points per 100 possessions, with Jokic leading the charge, averaging a mind-blowing 30 points, 14 rebounds, and 10 assists per game in the playoffs. It's clear why the Nuggets have some dynasty aura floating around them. Jokic has been an MVP contender for the past 3 seasons, finishing first 2 years in a row and second last year, a very debatable second. Jokic is certainly rewriting the playbook on how to dominate the game. Last season, he boasted a league-best efficiency with a jaw-dropping 70.1 true shooting percentage. As if this insane efficiency wasn't enough, he's definitely not alone in Denver. Heading into Game 1 of last season's final, only Michael Jordan and Russell Westbrook had managed to drop at least 25 points, dish out 10 assists, and grab 5 rebounds in their NBA Finals debut. Guess what? Murray and Jokic both joined that exclusive club, with Murray putting up 26 points, 10 assists, and 6 rebounds, while Jokic notched his 9th triple-double of the playoffs with 27 points, 14 assists, and 10 rebounds. Murray and Jokic have been honing their on-court chemistry since Murray's rookie season back in 2016. From their roles as bench players, they've evolved into the driving force behind the Nuggets' success. When Murray and Jokic are on the court together, it's one of the most deadly combinations for any defense. Their chemistry, skill, and ability to dominate in every part of the game has been deemed unbeatable by many players. Looking at Jamal Murray, he is a nightmare for defenders, especially in pick-and-roll situations. Even though along his career, during the regular season, he's had ups and downs and really uncertain streaks. Come playoff time, Murray is not just good, he's a dominating force. We're talking about an impressive 47.3 field goal percentage and a solid 40.4% from beyond the arc. In fact, only Trae Young and Jalen Brunson average more points per game as the ball handlers in pick and rolls than Murray in last season's playoffs. And they are the #1 offensive option on their respective teams. This season, he's scoring at a rate of 1 point per pick and roll possession, putting him in the 93rd percentile in efficiency. Murray's not just about scoring, he's a master at creating separation and making the most out of every opportunity. This is in part because Murray's main pick-and-roll partner happens to be none other than who is considered by many as the best player on the planet right now, the Serbian wizard, Nikola Jokic. With Jokic as a pick-and-roll partner, there's nothing off the table. You can straight up pick and roll, pick and pop, give and go. I mean, with this guy, possibilities are endless. He can score from anywhere on the court, is a dominant force going for the boards, and when it comes to court mapping, there are very few players in sports history that come even close to the serve. And there's a reason why he is the best passer of all the bigs in the NBA and considered one of the best in history. It's safe to say that they have an answer for every cover a defense throws at them. This season, the duo have constantly shown us why they are the best combo in the league. All right now, Jokic and Murray might be the main driving force for Denver, but they're certainly not a two-man team. Let's start things off with Aaron Gordon. Gordon has been an absolute revelation, stepping up recently. When Murray was working his way back from an injury he sustained in late March. His chemistry with Jokic has always been fantastic, seamlessly setting screens and finding the perfect spots for those high-percentage looks. Back in his Orlando Magic days, they tried to make him an on-ball creator, but it didn't quite pan out. However, that experimentation wasn't all for nothing. It actually helped him become a more versatile player capable of handling the ball when needed, albeit in limited doses. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Despite the team ranking 22nd in adjusted defensive rating, Gordon isn't the one to blame. In fact, Gordon plays a crucial role as Jokic's defensive sidekick. Sure, Jokic may not be known for his shot blocking abilities, but Gordon steps up to the plate, boasting the second highest block percentage among Denver's rotation players at 2.2%, a solid indicator of rim protection, which is essential for any defense aiming to be stout. Gordon showcased his rim-protecting skills in a recent game against the Cleveland Cavaliers, where he made life difficult for their big men, Evan Mobley and Jarrett Allen. Mobley and Allen combined to shoot just 1 for 8 on attempts defended by Gordon. The Nuggets have also in their arsenal Michael Porter Jr. and Kentavious Caldwell-Pope lighting it up from beyond the arc, spreading the floor and giving the team even more room to operate. For KCP, he isn't usually one to toot his own horn, but he's decided it's time to step up and promote himself, especially when it comes to his defense. At 31 years old and in his 11th NBA season, KCP is having his best defensive year yet, being considered for a spot in the NBA All-Defensive Team selection. He's been taking on tough task of guarding some of the league's top perimeter threats, from Steph Curry to Anthony Edwards, and he's been holding his own. He's held players like Devin Booker and Donovan Mitchell to 17 points and 13 points, numbers well below their season averages of 27 and 26 per game respectively. But it's not just about the defense with KCP. He's also bringing some serious firepower to the Nuggets offense. Shooting-wise, he averaged over a career-high 42% shooting from beyond the arc last season, and this season, he's currently at 41%. As far as Porter Jr. goes, he's definitely been the X factor for the Denver Nuggets this season. Seriously, this guy has been on fire lately, and it's time we give him the credit he deserves. Since the All-Star break in February, MPJ has been on an absolute tear. He's averaging 18 points and 7 rebounds per game, shooting lights out at 55% from the field, 42.4% from beyond the arc, and a jaw-dropping 93.8% from the free throw line. In the last 23-game stretch, he's had 17 30-point games, and he's been the leading scorer for the Nuggets in 5 of those post-All-Star games, compared to just twice in the previous 55. Despite missing all of Denver's preseason with an ankle sprain and battling through the lingering effects in the early months of the season, MPJ has played in a remarkable 77 out of 78 total games. That's impressive for any player, let alone someone who's undergone 3 back surgeries before the age of 23. In a recent matchup against the New York Knicks in late March, Porter Jr. broke the 3-point single-season record of any Denver player in history by hitting his 193rd three of the season in that game. Porter surpassed Dale Ellis's previous record of 192, which has stood since 1997. You can agree that he is currently playing his best basketball in recent years. Now, the Nuggets bench is a major factor in their hopes for defending an NBA title. This is no easy task, and in as much as the first 5 men are important, a reliable bench production is necessary. For the Denver Nuggets, they seem to have all their bases covered. With Reggie Jackson joining the squad and a crop of young talent waiting in the wings, their bench is stacked and ready to make an impact when called upon. Guys like Christian Brown, Peyton Watson, Julian Strawther are proving to be reliable from the bench for the Nuggets. This is a bench that has averaged 29 points for their team. Although it's way less than what the likes of Indiana and the Jazz are averaging off the bench at over 40 points, but they are bringing exactly what is needed from them to supplement the insane offensive dominance their starting 5 bring to the table. As we approach the postseason, the Nuggets are well aware that other teams would fight tooth and nail for their title. Teams like the Celtics are definitely gunning for the trophy, and even the high-flying Minnesota Timberwolves are giving the Nuggets a run for their money in the Western Conference. All this being considered, think anyone can take the championship off the Nuggets' hands? Let us know in the comments below. As always, until next time, keep ballin'.